Hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Live with Sarah. And tonight I am so happy about our topic of discussion because it's probably the one that I am most passionate about, and that's all things acne. Now, I don't think in tonight's episode we're going to have, even with an hour, I could talk for an entire series of acne because there are so many different types of acne, from teenage to adult to rosacea and acne to aging and acne to just the occasional breakouts. And so what I'm going to do is go over our acne system, cover the regime, give you some of the explanation of why our system works, maybe go through some tips on things you can do internally, and just cover a lot of the basics. And then from here, we'll probably begin to break it down into more specifics as we get into further episodes. Again, Live with Sarah is every Tuesday and Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Central. And just to get started, today we kicked off our sign up for our holiday promotions. So all of you out there who are viewing, be sure and go to our Facebook or our website, or the URL is giverawlove.rawskinceuticals.com, and sign up. We're going to be doing some really fun things. I'm actually going to share the screen real quick and show you how you guys can sign up. And I'm new to all the screen share. Anyway, so here's a sign up page, and each sign up, so if you're part of our email database, I encourage you to sign up through here because we're going to be giving you a $10 gift voucher to use anytime between November 15th and December 15th. We are also going to be doing a really super fun giveaway, $50 gift card each day beginning November 15th, and then daily deals like a free product or extra special discount or maybe a buy one, get one. So each day starting Saturday, November 15th into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we're going to have some really fun sales. So scroll down to the bottom and put your name and address and click join us, and we'll send you your exclusive voucher code. So that's to get going with that. Let me stop. Okay, so to kick off acne, acne was the foundation and premise of our entire line that we started. I had a horrible acne condition my whole life. It started around the age, I think 11 or 12 when I first started breaking out, and it was a standard hormonal growing up acne. Would get the whiteheads and I would begin to pop, and then it just kind of seemed to spread, and it spread quickly for me. I had cystic boils, blackheads, whiteheads. I was able to go to a dermatologist and then started the internal antibiotics, the topical creams, the recommended treatments, the harsh chemicals and everything on my skin. And there were moments where my acne was better, and there was a lot of moments where my acne wasn't doing well at all. And it was just this ebb and flow up through college. It really peaked during college years, I think, just high stress, hormones. And then when I got married and got pregnant with our oldest child, I wanted to get rid of all of chemicals. I didn't want to be using anything chemically on my skin. So I kind of put all of my acne products, my antibiotics to the side during my pregnancy. However, my hormones adjusted, my acne really cleared up, and I was just ecstatic. I thought, yay, the acne's gone forever, no more problems. And after Isaac was born, during nursing, my hormones began to rebalance, and the acne came back with a vengeance. And I was done with it. And I knew that there had to be something else other than the standard systems. And I had been on everything from retin-A to internal antibiotics to every type of benzoyl peroxide cream, salicylic acid cream. I had tried Proactive. I had been on specialty regimens and masks and exfoliators from drugstore brands to spa brands, and had been through spa treatments. And nothing seemed to get my acne under control. And I was just really determined that through natural ingredients, we were given a blend, and at the time I didn't really know where to start. So I started making some soap in my kitchen to help calm the inflammation and redness. And it was a goat milk type soap, and I really liked it because I had been just using water on my face at the time, and it made my skin feel really soft. And in sparked just this little passion that said, okay, there has got to be a blend of natural ingredients when put together correctly and used in a regime can help clear my skin and keep it clear. You know, the skin is the largest organ in the body. And so I began to reject the notion of chemicals. And so a huge passion erupted and I dove straight into study, and that's that. Our acne line is the foundation of our entire brand. And so I'm really excited to share with you. So I won't give you just all the years of research and development and putting together a system. Basically what we have today is a line that is raw vegan. We don't use any chemicals, glycerin, fillers, benzoyl peroxides, heavy acids. Our acne line takes a completely different approach, and you'll see the products back here. We're going to kind of cover those briefly, in that it's really a blend of antibacterial, antifungal, antioxidants, the vitamins, the vitamin C. We do use the willow bark from which salicylic acid is derived. Green tea is heavy. We have a clay mask. We have a gel mask. We do have a whole regime. You know, I get approached a lot with, Sarah, I'm just looking for a cleanser. Will the cleanser help my acne? As a standalone product, it's not going to do that. So before I kind of go into the entire acne line, I just want to give a brief overview, because I want to educate you guys on understanding ingredients, not just what to avoid, but really what's helping feed your skin the nutrition. And that can be in our line or what to look for in other lines. And my first point that I will consistently say is, when you're considering a product for your skin, you don't, you know, the fancy packaging, the marketing, the studies, and all of that to consider. You turn around, you read the labels. If you're looking at it online, you find the ingredient listing, and you can kind of look through the top 5 ingredients and then down towards the bottom where preservatives or fragrances or alcohols are listed. And this goes for chemically filled or naturally and organic marketed. And you can tell by the list of ingredients how much nutrition you're going to get and what you're going to achieve. Because to combat acne at any stage and with any type is combating inflammation, it's combating redness, it's combating bacteria, it's combating toxins on the skin. So the goal is to reduce the inflammation on the face, you know, or on the blemished area. And when you reduce the redness and inflammation, then the actives that are put into our products, for example, in the spot treatment, that are meant to kill the blemish, can go in and do their job. But one feeds on the other. And so it's really imperative, as you are inundated with hundreds and hundreds of different acne solutions, to take 2 points to heart. 1, look at the ingredients and read what they are. And 2, look at how they're approaching the regime as a whole. You know, what steps they're recommending that you follow. I've seen some brands that market a toner for helping acne, and a toner is not going to help. It may help cleanse bacteria off the face, or it may help tighten up the pores. You know, people market a 2 or 3 step system, and there is a point in your acne and in clearing and in any regime, and that's with daily skincare, where you can get to simple and less is more. But in starting with acne, you've got several things at once that you're trying to get under control. 1 is the breakouts. 2 is the balance of moisture on your skin. And 3 is the redness and inflammation. And so you've got to follow, especially with our regime here, kind of a steps. That's why we offer a starter regime. And that's why we even break it down into sampler packs. You know, this is, so many of you who come to us wanting acne is kind of, we're like one down, way down here, and you've used any number of brands and you're discouraged and frustrated, and you read, you know, you read about our philosophy, you read my story and my battle with acne, and you go, wow, that makes total sense, but man, is it Is it really going to work? You know, is this really going to help? And our goal is to give you the truth in skin nutrition and to really be transparent and explain the ingredients, explain the purpose of each of the products, and explain how they're placed so that you can achieve results. Because I can tell you right now, you can overuse some of these products in our acne line and increase your problem. So it's all in balance. You know, it's balanced diet for the skin, and through battling acne, through battling weight, through battling cancer, if I haven't learned one thing, it's that the body requires absolute balance, and so does the skin. So just to explain, you know, when I say raw vegan, you guys hear so many tag words, and those of you who are watching who are familiar with our line, who have been on our acne products for a while and have had good results or have started and have questions, I want to kind of just run through, and we will do this a lot because I think it needs a lot of explanation, because I don't see a lot of companies out there offering, and that's explaining the ingredients. You know, when we say we are a raw vegan line, you know, we don't prepare products past 140 degrees. We have an herb complex that is in each line that is triple infused. That's not a pretty fun phrase. That's an actual fact. They're infused in the oils. They're infused in the organic aloe and in a tea base that helps make up the creams. And they're infused at the finished product. As we open up, I've got some of our herbs and oils here. I'm going to kind of put up to the camera so that you guys can see, as well as some of the products. Because one of our campaigns, and it has been for a long time, is to see the natural before you feel it. Our products are not going to look the same across the board because they don't contain the same herb complexes or actives. You know, we use raw unrefined oils. So what I'm going to do real quick, so I'm going to share the screen, and I'm really working at getting fast at this. So I'm going to pull up here and click share. And what we're going to go over to, and I'm not seeing any, I can't hear you, so I'm assuming everybody can hear me fine, which is great. So this is our ingredient page, and this is on our website. When you go to rawskinceuticals.com, you're going to see several, and I really encourage you to click on ingredients because we go into quite detail to explain herbs, the triple infusion right here, oils. Oils and butters kind of have a similar following, and oils can either come cold pressed or expeller press. That's basically taking the nut or the seed or the flower and pressing the oil out through a cold process. And unrefined means after that, there's no additional processing. That's how the majority of our oils come. If we cannot source an oil for being unrefined or cold or expeller press, it's because the method, and some of your flowers are that way, the method of getting it into an oil state required a partial refinement. Only a handful of those ingredients that we use are in that regard. Now, the majority of cosmetic oils on the market are partially refined or fully refined because that gives you a cosmetic grade, scentless product. It tends to be more stable. It's, I wouldn't want to say cheaper to use, but it is more economical for large production, and it's just simply what they do. So when you see something that says grapeseed or neem seed oil or tamanu or rosehip, you've got to be careful, maybe contact that brand to see, are you using a refined or an unrefined? Fully refined process is where it's exposed to temperatures as high as 450 degrees, extreme cold and winterized, temperatures as minus 30 degrees, deodorized. So it basically goes through an entire process. Clicking back to me here so I can see you guys. So the oils go through a complete process, to what you're left with is a clear oil that in theory has all of the fatty acids, the vitamins, and nutrition that can be marketed, but when it's refined, you lose all of that. So when you're using it in the product, you're basically left with a very emollient oil and something that is clean and safe for the body, but most of the vitamins and nutrition have been removed, so you're not getting the benefit of that. And to just use as an example, two of our dominating oils in our acne line are tamanu and neem. And so I'm going to just kind of hold these up. I put them in these clear jars so you could see here. This is a very rich, almost golden brown oil. This is raw tamanu. And tamanu is it's considered an antibiotic oil because it heals. It's used in our scar treatment. It is used to go on the skin and act as a healing agent to combat inflammation, redness, to deposit the fatty acids, but it's got an antibiotic property that is used to really heal the area surrounding the blemish. A lot of us, and probably 99% of us, including myself, when you get a blemish, a whitehead, a blackhead, or a boil, you want to pop it. You want to get it off of your face as quickly as possible. And it's really hard to break that habit. And I'm not going to stand here and say, okay, first step in getting clear skin is to stop popping, you know. And my dermatologist told me that, Sarah, don't pop. Well, I didn't listen to her because when I stared at my face at night and saw all the acne over it, I wanted it off. So to me, popping it off and then putting the toner or alcohol on it, you know, seemed to help. So we kind of take into the account that you're going to continue to pop. And so we've got kind of special treatments for that. When you pop the acne blemish, you know, maybe you can do a quick cleanse or apply a blemish treatment to that. This is another highly powerful oil. This is actual neem. And if any of you are familiar with raw neem seed oil, it has a really, really strong, nutty aroma by itself. Our earlier years, for those of you who have been with us a long time, we had very strong neem. We had anything from my face smelled like Indian food to nutty to like a peanut butter, and it is a strong nutty smell. Fortunately, through learning how to infuse herbs and add the natural teas, we've been able to keep that active in there, but give it a pleasant aroma as well. But neem seed oil is probably one of my favorites as far as combating true bacteria on the skin. And there have been a lot of studies. We've published a few on our site where they've treated, you know, open wounds with the neem and with tamanu, with karanja to kill, even in like third world countries where they didn't have access to just modern medicine, would put the neem seed directly over that open wound. And we use that in our acne, and that's what's allowing your skin. I'm very, very passionate about helping you understand that the harsh treatments you're using to combat acne, like the Proactives, the Retin-A's, the heavy vitamin C products, the glycolics, the chemical peels, the microdermabrasions, those all, you know, they have their place, and it's hard to for me to discount 100% that they can be effective, you know, in a facial or maybe occasionally. But my goal, and from what I have seen, is balance, because when you shock the skin, it's going to react to that. And it's going to either overproduce oil. So like if you strip the skin, you know, through Retin-A, I was constantly stripping my skin with Retin-A cream or these topical benzoyl peroxide creams. You may feel that dryness and the blemish may go away, but the skin is still an organ. It's still reacting to what you're putting on it. And so if it's reacting to the chemicals, it's going to overproduce oil, or the pores are going to continually be clogged. And you may end up with some temporary relief that, you know, how many times, I can't even tell you. We tried Proactive and it worked for a few months, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And because the skin began to gain a form of immunity and rejection to the chemicals. So where at first it kind of shocked the skin and it was like, oh, wow, this is great. You know, drying up, it's kind of killing the blemish. And then it went, I don't have enough moisture coming into my skin, so I've got to produce more oil. So your larger pores, the dry skin, produce more oil. So either A, got dry and the acne increased, or you got oily and the acne increased. This is balance in our regime, and it's a balance through the actual raw ingredients. This is green tea. I am a huge fan of green tea in the body, internally as a tea, and in our skincare. If you look through all of our herb complexes on that ingredient page, you're going to see green tea in a lot. Green tea, the polyphenols, the antioxidants that combat the free radicals, there have been independent studies done, and we have some links on our site, and maybe after the show I will post that for you guys to look at, where they took a group of acne sufferers, and they did a treatment of, I believe it was 2 or 4 weeks on benzoyl peroxide products. They took another group and did the same treatment with green tea. Now this is green tea. Get in front of my camera here. This is the powder form of the green tea. When I say we use the herbs, we don't use extracts. We don't use liquid forms of the herbs. We actually use the powders. This is the active blend. This is all the herbs in the active blend that are going into the product here. These are the powders. We're not putting them into alcohols and then infusing them into the product. But the study was done, and the findings were that green tea was as effective as benzoyl peroxide, and over time became more effective. And the reason why that is that it became more effective, in my opinion, and just through the experience that I know, than benzoyl peroxide, is because that was nutrition. The body's going to react to nutrition. Just same thing internally. When you're starving your body internally of nutrition, it's going to get sick. And if it stays sick, then it's going to go into a survival mode. And at that point, if it gets more sick, like as in my case, or in so many that I'm learning, you can develop cancer or an autoimmune where everything reacts to your skin, or an eczema or acne. And so many, this acne doesn't, and what we're finding doesn't apply to teenage hormonal acne. It does, and our system is great for that. But really, I'm speaking to those out there who said, wow, Sarah, acne wasn't a big problem for me. I'm in my mid-30s or my 40s, and my face is blowing up. Why in the world? I feel like I'm in my teenage years. I just talked with a lady last week. She's in her 50s, said, I can't believe I'm even battling this. She goes, I've just kind of stayed in denial that I'm not supposed to have acne. That is a direct result of, over time, using chemicals on your face. And as your body ages, it is either going to get more dry and prone to things like rosacea or very sensitive skin, or it's going to get more oily, and the pores are going to open and enlarge. And when your pores open, so you're not hydrating your face, that's when you get enlarged pores. The pores open to breathe. They're requiring moisture. Again, we're dealing with an organ. You don't have large pores because you're genetically predisposed to have large pores. Some of that is a factor. You have large pores as you get older because your body is saying, I'm thirsty. And it is, everybody's, well, I drink a ton of water. That's great. But if your diet and your drinking of water is not nourishing your internal system, then your skin is still going to suffer, and you're drinking the X amount of water required every day. So it's an entire developed system. So what we have done is since from the time I started my kitchen to we started selling products at the farmers markets in 2007 and really began to refine the regime, we have 8 products in the line. Some people go, great. And some people go, oh my God, that's too much. I've got to simplify. Guys, I'm all about helping you simplify your regime. I'm all about getting you on a balance, but the first step is getting control. That's why we have the starter regime. Your 4 to 6 weeks of the entire regime, because I'm going to tell you right now, you buy just a cleanser and a spot treatment and you've got anywhere near a moderate to maybe a severe or even just consistent acne, you may not see the results. You've got to go and allow your skin to breathe and allow it to absorb the balance over time, and then work into maintenance where maybe you just got a cleanser, a spot treatment, an eye cream, and you've got your acne under control. I'm a big less is more type of girl. I always have been. Acne scared me off of so many products that I didn't want to use a lot. And I have come to realize, and I was speaking with a woman this morning in an interview for our review panel, that as we age and get older, we're still exposed to all the environmental toxins. And they're really, they're just kind of at an all-time high. And we're still dealing with it internally with our diet. Unless you are able to grow your own food or shop completely organic or be completely chemical free, your body is still carrying those toxins. So following a balance is important. So getting right into the products, I've kind of showed you some of the herbs. Oh, and this is fun. We use yellow dock. We've got really fun herbs, and I'm gonna share screen, just kind of quickly go through them because some of you have not really heard of them. Click the share screen and bear with me. This is Google Hangouts kind of changed. Okay, so here's the herb complex in the acne line, and you can click on this from the ingredients section. Go to acne. We use chickweed, and under here you'll see the nutrients like B vitamins, iron. I won't go through the details of all these. Burdock root, heavy anti-inflammatory, rich in antioxidants. Witch hazel has got a natural ascorbic acid. It's got the beta-choline, the gallic acid. It's an antibacterial astringent for toning the skin. Sage. Sage is not just a spice. It also helps relieve itch, acts as an astringent. Thyme, antibacterial, antiseptic, antifungal. Yellow dock, detoxes the skin and combats inflammation. Green tea, I can't say enough about green tea. Neem leaf. We not only use the neem seed oil, we use the neem leaf, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. Ginseng root and angelica root. And you're welcome to come back and after this show, or if you're watching it back, and go through and really just read through each of the ingredients and why they are in that product. So let me stop the screen share. So in an effort to show you the line very quickly, because I love talking acne and we can just go really long, so we're not. This is some of the other roots. These are the fun. These are the herb roots that you get, and these, we break down through soaking them in the oils and into the tea blends. And for those of you who are watching tonight, just so you know, every show during this holiday season, we're going to have a code word. Tonight's code word is going to be raw acne. You can email that or text it to us, and we'll send your $10 gift voucher. So it's raw acne. Okay, getting going, we have a basic regime: cleanse, tone, moisturize, exfoliate, mask, serum, spot treatment. So I'm going to go through your basic daily regime. Are going to involve really these 4 products here: your cleanser, your toner, your control cream. And the control cream really acts as a moisturizer, and we call it control because it's meant to be for moisture control. So if you're watching and you've got some mild acne but you battle really oily skin, you still have to hydrate your skin, because what you're trying to do is achieve balance. So the control cream has got the acne active blend, and it's going to help add hydration to your skin through the oils, but it's going to also help absorb some of the extra bacteria and extra oil on the skin at the same time. So it's a really great product. We had an acne moisturizer and found that that was not effective, so we condensed that into the control cream. Probably your favorite product is the spot treatment. Here, I'm going to actually open these up because part of our philosophy is seeing the natural before you feel it. This is kind of a if we can get the camera to zoom in on it right. This is kind of a slightly green product that comes from the active blend, from the green teas, from the oils, the hemp seed. A lot of it carry a green tint. This is your best friend product when it comes to blemishes. This is something that twice a day in the morning. And this is something you can ask questions about later, but we only recommend you cleanse once a day. It is not necessary to cleanse your face in the morning. It is over-agitation. Over-agitation causes increased dryness, increased oil production. This is your toner. This is going to, in the morning, if you splash your face with warm water, spritz the toner on your face. This is not an alcohol-based toner. It's got the organic aloe and the entire herb complex blend. Spritz it on, put your spot treatment on. If your face is a little bit dry, you put your control cream on. After that, apply your makeup or go about your morning routine. At night, you're going to want to cleanse. And the cleansing, we kind of have a whole philosophy with cleanse. When you cleanse, our cleanses don't foam. There is no sulfates in our cleansers. There's no foaming agents. You're going to get this lathery cleanse. So you always just squirt a little bit in the palm of your hand with warm water. If you use rags, I recommend that you have dedicated facial rags. I'm a big proponent of, and really don't like the bacteria that I believe is stored in the cotton rags. Even after washing and stuff, it's hard to get all of that out. I use my hands. If you don't, I recommend you use just dedicated facial rags. Apply the cleanser, massage it over your face, circular motion, all the way around. You want to give it time to sit and kill the bacteria on your face. So we say 30 to 60 seconds. I cleanse my face in the shower. If you shower at night, that's a good time. After the gym or workout, in the evening hours, just kind of massage it in, let it sit there, let it do its work, and then rinse off. Then you're going to follow with your toner. You always tone before you moisturize, unless you're just out or you're doing something you're not able to sit there and tone. So you're going to tone in the morning, you're going to tone at night, you're going to apply your spot treatment, and you're going to apply your control cream. That's simple. That's 3 steps. Where the other steps come in is more of this mini facial. I covered this in an episode a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to probably revisit the mini facial because I really, really believe that it is important. 2 things. 1, that you do not over exfoliate the skin. You do not over mask, but that you do both. And it is important to do that once a week. Now, if you have a more severe cystic type acne case that you're dealing with, then you can contact us. We recommend you may be able to exfoliate twice a week, possibly mask twice a week, depending on the severity of your case, or at least mask certain broken areas. So the exfoliator, deep repair serum, and we have 2 masks in the line. Your starter kit just comes with the 1 gel mask because a lot of people's favorite is our clay mask, and that is something that clients tend to overuse. That's this product right here. This has the bentonite, the green tea, the Rasul clay. This is going to go on your face. It's going to tighten. It's going to draw blackheads from the skin. It's going to draw whiteheads from the skin. This is going to pull all the oils, and when you rinse this mask off, it is going to make your face feel oh so great. But the problem with that is we all love that oh so great feeling that we want to do it over and over. This is not a mask that you use more than once a week, or you can have a worse detox, a worse dryness, probably increased breakouts. And we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen with our products. When we get a client that has called and said, man, I started on your acne regime. I had great results for the first few weeks. And now it just seems like my skin, I've got these red bumps all over my face. I'm breaking out worse. First thing I do, or that we do, is say, hey, what has been your regime? What are you doing every day? List your steps you're doing every day. And a lot of times we'll find that they are indeed over masking and over exfoliating the skin, which is causing that further agitation. So those are the products that you're going to use in that mini facial once a week. Quickly run through the steps, and we've covered this. Once a week, when you have time in the evenings, you're going to exfoliate, you're going to mask, and when you get up masking, you're going to use the serum. This is the Deep Repair Serum. This serum is a strong smelling product. I'll just tell you, and I'll be completely honest. The smell's not going to stay on your face, but it is heavy with the neem, hemp, pumpkin, tamanu. It's aged in the acne complex. This is going to do a brilliant work to your face when it comes to healing acne, but it does have a strong smell. So if there's anything smell-wise, if you're new to our acne or considering our acne line, this has a strong smell, but there's some things that you just can't compromise, and the deep repair that this does for some acne conditions, and you may have a mild acne that you can use a C serum or another one of our serums, but for moderate to severe acne, this is going to be something that once a week or even throughout the week you're going to want to use. So basically with the serum, what we recommend, the simplest thing is when you exfoliate your face, you're going to apply your mask. I don't think I showed the gel mask, so you can see the difference. And our gel is not a standard synthetic gel. It's not the gel mask that you put on your face and it peels off. Our gel is an agar-agar, seaweed-based, very herbal. It's almost like you're feeling like you're putting a poultice on your face. It's not gritty or grindy, but it is very thick, rich cream. And it comes out and pastes on the skin, and you'll feel the cool sensation, maybe a warm sensation, maybe a slight tingling or burning. We always say with the mask, it might leave your skin red for 30 to 45 minutes following, because it is really circulating the blood on the skin. So the Deep Repair Serum. Oh, I love the serums. Guys, if I can recommend that you incorporate something into your regime, and it is the serum, because it's pure oil. It's going to absorb deeper and faster. So you've exfoliated your face, you've done your mask, and now you're ready for the serum. It is as simple as you can apply the serum, massage in, go to bed, or you can have fun with it and really allow it to do the work. If you have an at-home facial steamer, that's great. Or if you just boil water on a stove the old-fashioned way, we've all seen it, where you put the towel over your head, put the serum on, let the steam hit your face, because that's going to open up the pores and allow that oil to soak really deep, which is great. The other method you have is you can crock pot towels and keep them warm and put hot towels over your face. Any kind of heat that you can apply to your face when you use the serum allows the pores to open up and absorb that. So that's a serum that covers kind of the 8 different products that we have. So when you look at it and you're looking at the kit, it's like, wow, it's a lot of steps. Not really. Every day you're kind of doing 2 or 3 things in the morning: tone, spot treatment, and control cream. And then in the evening, you're doing a cleanse, tone, control cream, and spot treatment. You know, and then once a week you have this really nice power-packed mini facial. Now you're saying, which mask is right for me? The gel mask across the board is going to work for most acne cases. This is where we recommend the Detox Clay Mask. One, if you have very oily skin. And oily skin, I mean like you have to use the blotters, or you get oily throughout the day. Oily skin. Or you have more severe breakouts, like you're dealing with boils. And that could be on the neck, the chest. This mask is not just for the face. You can use this the neck, the décolleté area, the back, the shoulders, the common areas where there is acne. We've actually been asked by one of our clients to do some special back scrubs and sprays because she's not able to have a helper. Sometimes you need a helper to help apply the mask. But this is, generally speaking, unless you have more severe acne or very oily skin, the standard gel mask is going to be for you. Now, if you've got stubborn blackheads, so let's get into some of this adult acne, because adult acne is not necessarily the same as a full-blown acne breakout. Adult acne can come on and be hormonal. It can be in one area, like around the chin, the nose, the T-zone area. It can be during just times of the month where you're cycling. It can happen certain times of the year. So you're saying, okay, Sarah, this is great, but I don't think acne is all right for me. There's going to be a few products I recommend. So you're dealing with aging skin. You've got some adult acne, but it's not full-blown acne. What do? You know, that's where we're going to introduce, and we're going to talk Thursday a little bit more about the anti-aging Regenecy line, where you're going to introduce a good daily regime of the anti-aging products. And you're probably going to add the spot treatment and the exfoliator and possibly the clay mask to a good anti-aging line, so that as your mini facial once a week, or to control those blemishes, I can't tell you how many clients that we have that are on all of our Regenecy products that keep this for just the hormonal breakouts. Now for the blackheads, those stubborn blackhead areas around the chin or the nose or the forehead, we have those that'll keep the clay mask for those times when they get bad, because you can mask with that, help really draw or open to the pores and soften those blackheads. Apply maybe an overall facial application of the spot treatment to help control that. So that kind of is a brief overview of the acne line. And I'm sure that's going to spur a lot of questions. And like I said, we're doing these every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have a lot of information and a lot of things to cover, but I just want to be encouraging to you that we can keep it simple. We can keep your regime where you feel good about what you're doing every day, and we're here for you. I'm here for you. Our team is here for you to answer questions, because not all conditions are created equal. We are all battling our own skin issues every day. And that's anywhere from dryness and sensitivity. But a lot of us inadvertently are battling the breakouts. My opinion is just because of the overexposure to years of using chemicals on our skin. I didn't know. I kind of grew up with a mom who was she was more about natural healing, and she started juicing, and she followed a lot of holistic type methods. But when it came to personal care, I was using Mary Kay and Proactive and Estee Lauder and Lancome, and I had all of that built up. It's the same thing with our personal care that we explained. So that builds up over time in the body, and those toxins have to be released somewhere. And so they're going out through the skin. So as we get older, you may not have battled acne in younger years. It's just expressing itself now. So the biggest thing is don't be overwhelmed by which products to choose. We have a couple of samplers. We have like a 7 to 14 day. It's $15. With your voucher, you can probably get it for $5 plus the shipping, and try it, and try a week's worth of the regime, or the full starter regime, which is 4 to 6 weeks of the entire regime. So we really make it easy to introduce yourself to a line or welcome customization of products for you. So having said that, one of the biggest questions I get asked, and nearly all the time, and honestly, I'm going to go completely away from what most dermatologists say, and that is diet plays a direct role in the health of your skin, period. What you put into your body can help your acne or it can hurt it. And I just believe that to be fact, because from everything that I have been through personally and my journey in changing my diet and going more towards raw vegan and juicing and elimination and eliminating anti-inflammatory foods, that directly affects the health of my skin. And I cannot encourage you enough that if you really are struggling with more of a moderate to severe case of acne, you've got to take a look at your diet and what you're doing. It can be what you're not doing. You may be a very thin and healthy person, but you're nutritionally deficient. And so when you're nutritionally deficient, your body's going to try to overcompensate for that, and that can lead to breakouts. So my first recommendation, in working with clients one-on-one, is to kind of assess their diet. Usually your top 3 violators are your dairies, your breads, like your gluten, and your processed foods. Eliminating those 3, and just giving it an experimentation. Say, okay, so I've got my new regime, and I'm going to try this acne regime. I'm going to give it a week and just go off of dairy and just see how that works. Some good substitutes: almond milk, coconut milk. I'm not a proponent of the soy milk because of the GMO and the chemicals, and there's just a whole lot of controversy surrounding that. I use almond or coconut milk, and just see how that does. We can all make, when you're seeking a change to better your body and better your health, that's our philosophy, is the truth in skin nutrition, is giving you a balance of ingredients and a balance of products to help you achieve your goal. But it's also, and really encouraging you on your journey to living a cleaner and healthier lifestyle. So diet plays an enormous role in the health of your skin. While I was sick, before I was diagnosed with cancer, and these is our line and these are our products and I live a very clean style, my skin was beginning to suffer is because my body was sick. And so I couldn't I was putting on a lot of heavy serums, a lot of heavy creams. My skin was very dry and it just kept looking dehydrated. I was using the eye cream and I was, man, what was going on? I didn't know I was sick at the time. I didn't know I had cancer growing in my body. And that was exactly why, is because it was sick. So if your body is unbalanced, if you're, we talk a lot about gut bacteria and balancing the microflora and getting your body in balance. You'll hear me mention pH balance, of really incorporating a higher alkaline diet. Acidic diet feeds inflammation in the body. And so, I'm not going to sit here and say, you've got to go and clean out your refrigerator and your cabinets and make all these changes. That's not practical, number one. That's not going to happen, number two. And it doesn't have to happen that way, because you have to, I think we posted some things on Facebook today. You can't stress the change, because stressing the change makes your skin worse and makes your body feel more sick. So there's things you can look at, when you're trying to get control of acne, especially adult acne, anything that's more moderate to severe. You want to take a look at inflammatory foods and maybe stay away from them, or just slow it down. I had one lady tell me today that her mom just eliminated cheese. She loves dairy, but she pulled cheese from her diet and noticed within a couple weeks that her skin just felt better. And she wasn't on our regime. She wasn't doing anything special, but she pulled that from her body and it really helped. So in explaining, and I've been asked to give some tips on things that I do, because like you can see back here, this is wheatgrass growing, and over here is our sprouts. And I'm a big fan of very alkaline, chlorophyll rich. You want to feed your body the oxygen that it needs so it can combat toxins in the body. They're pulling parabens from breast cancer tumors. Cancer rates are at an all-time high. Children developing cancers at an all-time high. So it's not doom and gloom, but when you make a change, and as you're making a change, it's internally and it's externally, and they go hand in hand with success. If you want to see clear skin and you want to get rid of your acne and your diet is poor, I'm going to tell you straight up, one, maybe you shouldn't consider our line, or two, don't expect the results that you can unless you're willing to make some changes. Basically, what you want to do, you want to eliminate inflammatory foods, your glutens, your dairies, and your processed foods. Go more towards raw and vegan. If you've got a blender, use it. You can blend bananas and fresh organic fruits, and you can add kale or spirulina or spinach and make that green smoothie to kind of fill your body. If you have a juicer, pull it out and use it. You can juice carrots or celery or any number of things that you can get at your local market, your local farmer's market, and let what I was explaining to someone today who was asking me about juicing. When you juice, it pulls the fiber. So juicing pulls the fiber from the fruit or vegetable, and it leaves you with the nutrition. When you drink that juice, when I drink usually I'm a big fan of carrots because of just how it combats cancer. So everything has a carrot base. So I juice carrots, pineapples, turnips. I'll juice carrots and wheatgrass and fruit. You get the lemons and the garlics. I mean, just any number of things. But when you put that into your body, within 10 or 15 minutes, it's hit your bloodstream, and it's hit it with these oxygen-rich nutrients and vitamins. So it immediately filters through, and it starts pulling toxins out and pushing them out through your liver and your kidneys, and it goes out in waste. And so juicing immediately versus just eating all the raw, like you can eat raw carrots, and I encourage that. I encourage a lot of raw, but you're going to get the fiber. Your body may not break it down the same, and you may not get the full nutrition. And so I'm going to be a big fan of, if you can and are able to invest in a juicer. And it doesn't have to be the super expensive kinds. I mean, everywhere from Walmart to Amazon to eBay, you know, you can get a good juicer for $100, $150 just to get going. And I encourage that investment. Other things is really adopting a belief that you can get clear skin. You know, we get some very, very discouraged clients that come to us who've tried everything, and their attitude is, wow, you know, can this really help me? I mean, I want to believe that this can help me. You're making total sense. And I've told a lot of them, I said, you know, if looking at our regime and you just really are so discouraged to a point that you don't really feel like you want to try, then you've got to kind of step back and take a hard look at that, because our line may not be the best for you. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, with acne, I'm going to ask you to make a commitment. I'm going to ask you to make a commitment to following a daily regime. I'm going to ask you to make a commitment to your weekly mini facial. And I'm going to ask you to make a commitment to stay in contact with us, because getting control of acne is an ebb and flow. Because you're not, like I said, it's not just the hormonal teenage acne. It is so many factors that involve in that. And staying in constant communication and staying committed, you'll see the results. And so then after that, you begin to deal with the leftover scars, the being able to phase into, I'm so blessed now to see customers who have been on our acne regime and have eased into our anti-aging line. And so they've gotten the clear skin, and they want to blend into more of the anti-aging, which is really for everybody, 25 and older. You know, good skin, healthy skin, occasional breakouts. I'm going to recommend the Regina C vitamin C line, because vitamin C is so powerful for the skin. And we don't use the heavy vitamin C's. I think I brought up creams that were recommended to a client that were in the 15% range, and that's just outrageous. Again, the product has to be balanced in the nutrition for it to make sense for you. So kind of to begin to conclude, we have a great acne line. We have a lot of really good feedback. It does require commitment. We try to make it easy. This holiday season, we're going to be having gift sets and the starter regimes, and really promoting really great discounts. When you buy from us, you get a card in the mail that gives you your little loyalty customer discount, which is a really great savings. You can email and ask us about it. You know, we're here for you. I think the biggest thing is, through these live shows and through the videos and through introducing, we've got a panel now that we've put together of customers who have been with us for a long time and those who haven't, because I don't want to just be a face on a label. I don't want to just be a pretty marketing package. I want to give you guys what's going to really work for you. I mean, I stand behind it. It's my passion, and I know that you're going to get results, because I know what we're putting into the products. I know the integrity behind this. You know, I stand behind the fact that you're not getting the fillers, and you're not getting the glycerins, and you're not getting the extracts. Great, it's got green tea extract. And I'll kind of conclude with this. Anything that you read, and go to your cabinet tonight when you get done with this video and watching, or whenever you watch it, go to your cabinet, pull out all of your products, and I want you to turn around and I want you to start reading the ingredients. And you can email us about them. You can go to the EWG's cosmetic database. You can just hit it into Google and look at it. But anything that says extract or has a glycol or a glycerin or a filler or may be safe, may have a rating on EWG of 0 or 1, meaning it's not going to be toxic on the body. But is it feeding your skin the nutrition it needs? Is it giving you the vitamins and the antibacterial and the antioxidants? Green tea, big one. Proactive markets it. A lot of acne products market green tea. And it pains me sometimes, because 9 times out of 10, they're not using the powder. The actual raw green tea that's going in 3 times, 3 different ways. This is going into your product. It's going into the oil, it's going into the active blend, it's going into the aloe, and it's infused in the finished product. That's why you have this nice green look to our acne. When you open up all the bottles, it's like, oh wow, I've got this little green product. You know, that's because we've put the green tea in. An extract is only about 10% of the herb is used in the extract. And the extract on the label is maybe less than 1% because extracts are concentrated. So when you look at that product and it says green tea and you look, unless it is actually listing it as an herb that's directly infused, you're getting, okay, so here, and I could turn around and draw this on the chalkboard. Here's, for example, you know, our spot treatment. Very high concentration of green tea. So you've got green tea in it. Let's just use my hands here for awesome animated purposes. So this much green tea is in this product. Okay, an extract has about this. So this is extract. So this is green tea in our product. This is extract. And the extract is even smaller because it's in the product down here like this. Guys, that's not enough to give you results from green tea. That's a label. That's a label so you feel like, wow, okay, I'm getting green tea on my skin. Same with calendula, same with echinacea, same with a lot of these. They're not putting the raw herbs in the products. They're giving you extracts, which is an extract is in an alcohol base or a glycerin base, and it's only 10% of the herb, and it's in that product at a percentage that's less than 1%. You know, you've got 3 different ways it's going into our product. So the percentage varies, but it's anywhere from 5 to 10, 20%, depending on what it is, because that's important for me. I believe green tea is combating the bacteria on the skin and killing the blemish. You know, we've got some of these raving stories of, oh, I put the spot treatment on, it's my go-to product, I have a blemish, the next morning it's gone. I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're going to get that every time. But the reason why you sometimes get that result is because when that blemish pops up, okay, so it's red and inflamed, it's open, you can see it, it's got the white head. You put the spot treatment on, there's actives in there, it's going to kill the inflammation, it's going to treat the bacteria, and in the morning, it's kind of it's absorbed the bacteria, so it may be flatter or gone. Now, am I going to sit here and say it's going to happen every time? No, it's not. It's not going to happen like that every time because our bodies produce oil at a different rate. It may be a stubborn, deep-seated whitehead. It may be a cystic boil. But that's why, if you have sometimes this little overnight results, you can Google our clay mask, and we have several that absolutely swear by the clay mask. They start to get a breakout, they put the clay mask on, they take it off, they put a little spot treatment on. The next morning, the blemishes are gone. Same principle. So I'm so, my time's up. I love you guys, and I'm so happy and blessed to work with you. And I know these videos are long, and we've got to break them down because not everybody has the time to sit and watch this. But I hope we've been of help to you tonight in kind of explaining our regime and also giving you really the truth of why it's working versus other lines out there that are not. And if you have any questions or need, you know, we've done a lot of product comparisons in the past, but please ask, and ask any questions that are unrelated to the line. You know, even in selecting products, from diet to topically to regime recommendations, we're here for you. And like I said, if you don't catch me right away or catch one of us right away, our philosophy is to respond, even if it's short and sweet, within a few hours of getting your email. And if you don't hear from us, you will within the next 24 hours. And then if you really haven't heard from us, it's gone to our spam folder. But you can shout out on Facebook, you can send me a text, you can call, you can email. We are here for you to answer any questions. So I really appreciate it. Go to the Facebook page, sign up for our holiday promotions. You'll be getting an email about it. I love you guys and wish you an amazing evening. Thank you so much for letting me share. Good night, everybody.